All right, so we are just continuing. It was well after midnight, and I met my ride quota. I checked my fuel grid. White. On most nights, I'd call it quits about now, maybe push on for one last ride if I had it in me. But until I heard from Savvy, I had nowhere to go. When was she going to text me back? Okay, so I guess we can just continue on. There's not people till way over here? This guy has kind of a low rating. Neocab Prime. See, if I went to this guy, then I'd be, pretty low to get. I could pick him up. And I could just get, get some charge, I should say. But this guy has a really good rating. I'm like way down here, it's crazy. This guy kind of is like in the middle between these two people. Lowish rating, but let's just go with the lower one. See what happens. Luke was at New West Coast, a brutalist nightclub with the 19th century saloon doors. According to the neon signage, inside you could get liquor. He staggered through the doors like he was looking for his horse. Well, he found me. Hello, sir. The sour, sweet stink of booze flooded my car. I'm just gonna say, hey there. It's pretty safe. He didn't seem to be in a talkative mood. I figured we could just get moving. His head dipped out of my rear view for a second. Oh, hey. Just gonna say, hey. It's better to just, err on the side of not as much talking. Did you know there's puke on the floor? I'm just gonna say, are you serious? Yeah, it's just there, like on the floor. Puke. I swear to God, I just noticed it. It was there when I got in. The smell hit me. Was that absinthe and ribs? Ew. My eyes watered. I smashed the button to crack my window. What the hell? You mind opening your window? Hello? Click. Yeah, no problem. I guess the air helped a little, but the ship had sailed. I don't want to accuse anybody and try to maintain my rating. I would love to catch a break in this city. Come on. Why does it take forever to get to the next thing? Do I have to wait a good amount of time? Look, shit happens, buddy. Want my advice? Just smile and move on. It's not worth thinking too closely about the wheres and the whys. He'd be much happier in the long run. Vomit in my car and the life advice from the man who put it there. My lucky night. But like, wouldn't I have seen him throw up? Like, or like, you know, at least hear that? That's why I don't get. So let's do the first one. You think some secrets are best kept hidden? Exactly, except the mystery. He burped. Excuse me. Ew. So now what? Ugh. We passed the rest of the ride without another word or eruption. Luke kept his eyes on his phone, texting at warp speed and cackling between hiccups. Yeah, he definitely threw up. I was still trying to decide if it was worse to breathe through my nose or my mouth. We finally arrived at a stop and I felt okay. Have a good one, buddy. As he reached the door, I looked him in the eye. I'm very certain that you barfed in my car. I did not throw up in your car. And if I did, I certainly wouldn't tell you. Exactly, dude. Luke was finally gone. Well, not all of him. I had to do something about that mess in the back. I held my breath and dealt with it. I was loving life in Los Ojos. Absolutely thrilling. I snapped a photo first. Neocab's supposed to reimburse us if we have some proof someone got sick, but there's no guarantee. For a second, I thought it'd be funny if I sent a Savvy. Let's see her ignore that. But I didn't do it. Move out to the big city, Lena. We'll have a great time. You'll mop up puke with a rag. Puker face? Worst driver ever? Really? Great. What? How did that, like, bring our rating down from... If we have 1 billion, like, 5-star ratings, how did that bring it down? Like, that much. So sorry. Lena, best you can. I don't understand. Great. What? But I have to keep saying I have to get gas, but it still wasn't fast enough. This is definitely at the location of Savvy's SOS pin. Just an empty part. It's just an empty lot in between some abandoned storefronts. I could only see as far as my headlights, but there was no trace of her. No text since. Sorry either. Well, it still doesn't make sense that a 1-star rating would bring down my rating to 2.5. Like, what the fuck? Try texting one more time. There was no answer. Had I just missed her? If I'd driven here faster, she would be getting into my car right now, laughing off at her crazy night. It was so dark I could barely see the broken bottles all over the ground. This wasn't a good place for anyone to raid around at night, especially alone, especially someone like Savvy. Then I saw it. Face down on the curb, her phone. I grabbed it and a chill ran up my arms. It was shattered right in the center of the hollow screen, now totally dark and cold. It looked like it had been stepped on. There was a sticker on the back, a punk-looking symbol of a wasp inside a bicycle gear. I sketched it in my journaling app and stashed her phone in my glove box. That explained the radio silence. What had happened here? Someone must have grabbed it, I guess. Why would she smash it herself? Someone who didn't want her texting me. Who would do that? If you know her at all, you know Savvy is not someone you should mess with. My field grid went hard red. That seemed about right. I wonder what Savvy's field grid looks like right now. What was she feeling? What was she thinking? All I could imagine was not comforting. I tried to push back my thoughts and focus on what I could do right now. I remember what Azul had told me about Radix. No cops. My body felt crazy, like I was buzzing with the nerves, but at the same time could barely keep a thought in my head. I had nowhere to go, and no one to help talk things out. All I could do was try and get some sleep. My only opinion was Crasher, to find a cheap motel or a spare room somewhere. Anywhere but a cap or capsule, if I could afford it. I closed out my neocap shift. At least I hit my quota before the world turned upside down. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. I have so many more. There were so many. Like, she's like a list of like 5-star ratings. Ugh. First, let's get some kind of, charge. Yikes, a little low when I didn't know when I'd be able to charge up again. Each bar was setting back 98 coin. A pretty sweet deal, actually. To a full-ass charge, bitch. I continue my night. Just go. What's this? Oh, it is a capsule. But she doesn't want to stay at a capsule thing. I guess we'll go here then. Isn't it sad that she can't even go to the place that she moved to because her friend didn't feel like going to, taking her back home. But instead wanted to go out, so now she's dealing with this. She can't. So stupid. I wasn't sure how much sleep I'd get. Even though I was exhausted, my mind was racing with worries about Savvy. But when my head hit the pillow in the Azteca, I went somewhere else. I was back in Cactus Flats, in a room where I used to live, floating above all these things I've owned, and all these beautiful little things. Rows and rows of little things, pine cones and seashells. I remember where I'd gotten each one of them, and the joy I felt was so warm, like a light inside my whole body. I was so happy to be home. I kept floating, and then I wasn't in my nice room anymore, and there wasn't anything in the room, and I couldn't breathe. I went for the door and it didn't open. I screamed and screamed until all the air was gone and I knew I was dying. Darn. Then I woke up. The as-advertised 24/7 breakfast was okay, but there were pine cones placed around the trays for decoration. I knew it had to be a coincidence. Of course it was. But the effort to ignore the thoughts that maybe it wasn't just a coincidence, or maybe the hotel was some kind of portal between the dream world and the real world. But then that would mean all I could summon were pine cones. It just kind of killed my appetite. Back to work. Night 2. The memory of what happened last night was a shadow over everything around me. The desperate text, Savvy's smashed phone. I tried to quiet my mind and just feel into my body for a second. Ugh, this wasn't working. Where the hell was she? This wouldn't be the first time she ghosted, but this felt different, and I knew basically nothing about what her life in Los Ojos was like. Savvy was headed to a nightclub, but its name? Total mystery. Oh, and she was some kind of trouble at work, whatever that was. I don't know. Savvy doesn't seem like a great friend, I'll be totally honest. She seems all over the place. I tried to recall as many details as I could about last night, scribbling them in my journal app, and until my hand ached. Maybe I seen that symbol on her phone before after all. It wasn't a name, but it was a person to track down, and a neighborhood. As long as I met my neocab quota, I could stay on the search without losing my job and leaving LO as a total disaster. Okay, start shift. See, look at this. Look at all of her, past. They're all 5 stars, and then one, and then just one star, and she's set down to that. It doesn't make any sense. I think it's rude. Dropped off at 9 p.m., rich person dorm. Jason never texted deets. Savvy seemed upset, kind of fucked up at work wear. Found phone smashed, weird sticker, which is right here. The sticker, what the fuck? Savvy, where are you? I guess you could go this person. I need to get to the cadence, and I need to get there fast. What's that? A hotel? It's a casino, the big one. I remember when cab drivers were expected to memorize things like this. I'm new here. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just pressed for time. Head to the Frontera, north side. What is this? Whoa, what is this? What is all this? That was a straight shot. Easy trip. What's up with the face? Oh no, don't go that way. Rajemi Square is a mess. You can barely get through. I was gonna say, great. She sounded like she knew what she was talking about. Must be some warning on her holo space. I can go around. Would you like me to take Jean Street or Flambour? Choose one at random. And I do mean random. As random as you can make it. Okay. Weird. This was a whole different kind of backseat driving. Psychological. Let's go to Flambour. It sounded like an adventure. She muttered something to herself and looked pensive. Not to Jean? You said to choose? Wait. Ah, yes. That's just what I needed. So I chose correctly? No, I was desperate for a bit of chance. A dose of entropy. Randomness, you know. Resets my mind. Sometimes one finds oneself in a rut of predictability. Tell me about it. It's why humor is such a balm. Comedy is based on an unexpected twist. Interesting method. How about I pick a number? Between 1 and 1 trillion. We'll go in the middle here. Not that kind of randomness. I need chance with the real stakes. Which is why I'm zooming down a casino. Zooming down Flambour as a casino. Yes, but now I'm not sure it will work. The stakes there are high in monetary terms, but they don't actually matter. Don't you find? I can't stay quiet. I stay quiet. You've never been inside a casino, have you? Ooh, I like to think life itself is a gamble. And the whole world is my house? So that's a no. No, the casino is definitely not going to work. I need to find some entropy that matters. Why? What is this all about? Well, it's simple. Almost obvious. Something is wrong with the world. I'm gonna say I agree with you there. No, not that kind of wrong. A deeper kind. Sadly, I fear our timeline has been tangled. The universe is made of infinite timelines, always branching based on the tiniest decisions. It's perfectly coherent and stable. Strong and stable. As long as the branches remain distinct. I waited for her to say more. So, you see the obvious danger. Yet obvious is exactly the word I would have chosen. So if our timeline is tangled up with another one, can there be two Lenas in one timeline? Technically, yes. Statistically, no. But certainly, the Lena driving this cab may not be the one from my timeline. You might be lost, my dear. Feels about right. The same could be true of other people, too. Has anyone you know suddenly changed? Or even disappeared? And now that, Una, is a good joke. I thought as much. Tell me what happened. It should help me calibrate. Oh my god. Why not? I told her. What happened? I was supposed to move in with my best friend, and she didn't show. And now I don't know if she's in trouble. Or hurt. Or maybe just the worst. She listened to my story like it was feeding her. Maybe I'd get 5 stars out of it, but it was a little creepy. So your friend just vanished? With no explanation? None. And you don't know how to feel about it? It confuses you. Wouldn't you be confused? Perfect. Perfect! I don't know if you caught the part where I said she might be hurt. She ignored me. Now, this next part is crucial. If your friend hadn't disappeared, where would she be right now? I don't know. I just moved here. Please, just guess. Think in terms of chance and what if and maybe. Let them wash over you. I could tell if she was never going to drop it. I might as well indulge her. Okay, if she hadn't just blinked off the map, Savvy would be. No, she wouldn't. Would she be in my car? I'll take the more fun one, the burlesque show. And Luz Rouge. Actually, more likely performing in a burlesque show. Actually, even more likely organizing a burlesque show. In fact, most likely of all, acting as a ringleader for an entire neo-burlesque scene. Yep, that is exactly where Savvy would be. She'd be picking out pasties and Luz Rouge. She just absorbed it for a moment. Maybe she thought I was crazy, or it was crazy. I'd like to request a new destination. Take me to Luz Rouge. I'm just gonna say, Savi's not there. No, she's not. But the gap between her being there and not being there, that's exactly what I need to feel. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going on this, ride, literally. What are you going to do when you get there? I'm going to measure the difference. Do you have a device? Yes. And also, I am the device. Okay, cool. That's cool. Excellent. I'll drop you. What was that? Okay. Excellent. I'll drop a little something into your account to cover the trouble. I rerouted us to Luz Rouge. The trip didn't take as long as I thought it would, and after all that, we ended up back on Jean. Is it Jean? I think it's French. The other one was kind of Frenchish, so I don't know. I didn't want to say anything. Might end up scrambling things up even more. She didn't seem to notice. She was staring straight ahead with a super intense gaze. Almost like she was seeing straight through that other timeline. Whichever one we were tangled up with. We stopped in Luz Rouge. What if it's Luz Rouge the entire time? I wish I could pay you back in kind and help you locate your friend. Information is obscenely undervalued against coin, don't you agree? Any clue would help. I've got nothing to go on. Well, I can't tell you where she is, I'm afraid, but I can tell you where she was supposed to be. At this moment, in a stable timeline, she's at a terrible Berlin techno-themed club called Stan's Machine. Sure. Am I saying that right? I'm not. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. It's not far from here in any case. You're unbelievable, Una. I think I can use this. Think nothing of it. It is merely a byproduct of my work. So, I have to ask, are you a physicist? No. Though you are not the first person to think that. Just a quantum statistician. Think of me as an accountant, except the spreadsheet is very, very large. And you can be simultaneously rich and broke. I don't think I could handle that kind of uncertainty in my Capra cash account. Oh, don't worry about that. Counter-espionage is quite lucrative. In any case... Wait, back up. Counter-espionage? Ah, yes. With a little time, a little luck, and just the right entropy differential, no secret is safe. The only way to protect your communications from a quantum statistician is to hire a better one. And I'm the best there is, so... That's unbelievable. I'm just gonna say that. You see? You'll see. I mean, I really must dash. Thank you for the ride and the story. The timeline is indeed as unstable as I feared, and we might even be able to fix it. Wait, we might fix it? She slid out and walked up the sidewalk, away from my car, zigging and zagging as she went. Okay. It looked random, and the sinking feeling in my stomach, that felt very, very certain. If there really were infinite timelines. I don't know which one to choose. Where do they branch? I reached my phone to text my next packs, or find my next packs. Time to choose again. Yay! 5 stars! Thank you for the thank you for the honesty and entropy. 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 Entropy? Anyway, whatever. 4.0. Fine, I'll take it. Anyway. No password is safe from the Quantum Witch. It's an interesting drawing. Anyway, we're going to take a break right here. And I will see you all, hopefully, next time.